All right. Next, we're going to take a look at what you need to go through in order to create a new command. So, there's kind of two parts to this. One is you need to teach Jarvis, aka Snowboy, his alternate personality, how to recognize your voice and to the word. So a lot of it comes down as far as success is going to be the noise level in the room you're at. Um, if you have a lot of noise, birds going off, like I oftentimes do, um, dogs barking, things like that can mess up your sampling recording. So you do kind of want, for when you're sampling, a quiet environment so it at least has a chance to know what that word is that it's looking for. Um, Here I'm going to Control C out of the Jarvis. I'm going to start it up again because I don't know how to go back to settings. Then you go down to voice recognition. Here's all the options that you can see that you can do. Snowboy settings, Bing, Wit, Pocket Sphinx I believe is an offline option. Another one of the, much like Snowboy, I stuck with Snowboy. Here, since we're using Snowboy, we'll go into Snowboy options. That's where you can set your keys. Here's a list of all the commands that I've set thus far. Things that Snowboy knows and understands as a word. Okay, so that's the disadvantage here. Is with Snowboys, you have to teach all the words that you want in commands. Makes it difficult to speak in and say go to the web and show me, you know, or tell me the weather forecast for Afghanistan, unless you have forecast in Afghanistan already recognized. So something to keep in mind. Apparently not the same problem with the online voice recognition, but your call. Um, but when you want to add a new word, you need to go in and you need to train a hot word or command. It always comes up with computer, which is the name that you gave it as the default. In this case, we're going to give it we're going to make a new word. We're going to give it and turn it into a command. This one we're going to call orange. Why orange? Why not? So, and whenever, if you're doing this setup and um, you're going to want to go through all the commands and record them. And I'm going to write a script that will look at the directory where the recordings are because it saves a file by the same name, as well as compared to the database. And whenever there's a discrepancy, set up what I'm hoping, push this open and say, hey, I have some words that I need for you to record, right? Or at least tell you that you're out of sync. Because if I go in there right now, set up a command orange, it's not going to work. So process will take care of that. A nice, if you're going to town and you want to spend an hour or two just working on a bunch of ideas and commands, you'd be able to do that and then go back and say, okay, now let's go and train all the words that I made. An idea for the future. So here, in order to do it, you're running an interface through Snowboy. You're going to hit enter to hit OK, and you're going to record the word orange 3 times, hitting Control C when you're done. Going through the first, orange. So you're going to want to say it to a normal voice, and that's how you're going to speak to the computer, right? Orange. Orange. So now we have the word orange trained. So the second part will be going and adding a new word for the word orange as a command. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go scroll down. I have it sorted by ID, not by row, because the last one I made would have showed up at the bottom. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to duplicate. So now I have an exact duplicate of that command. Since it's a new command, I'm going to call it number 16. First response to 16. The command is orange. The word is orange. We want it to say something. What shall we say? And we don't want it to display, since the last command we copied went ahead and took that. We'll just empty out the command there. So now we have a command for orange. We write it, and then we go back. I'm going to hit the escape key to go back in menus, back to the start Jarvis in troubleshooting mode.
Starting control console. Systems online.
So now you should see the word. Where are you? Orange. Nope, we don't see it yet because we haven't loaded it. So let's do that. Computer. Database. Database.
Refreshing commands from database.
Commands. So here let's see. So now we should have on the list, there you go, orange. Orange. Oh, too late. Computer. Orange.
Mighty creative coming up with a command for the word orange. Go team commander.
So there you go. How to add a command in. So let's say we wanted more than just one option. We can duplicate the last line. Number 16, it is the second response. It is still orange, orange. Also, if you double click on the field, it will bring up a box for you. Keep things like mode and type as is. Something else. Okay. I like my computers to have a little attitude. We save to the data, or save to the file. Computer. Database. Database.
Today.
Database.
Refreshing commands from database.
Orange.
Who in their right mind comes up with the word orange? Time to read a book or get out, don't you think?
So there you go. Adding to, very simple. Likewise, you just use this to build up your command structure. So let's say you want to build more of a command tree. A good example is what we shut down. right? Shutdown is the command. Authorized is what it the options. Floki's the authorized keyword or abort, and then two options for abort. Um, Much the same way that forecast it tells you options are, so it tells you up front if there's options, and I assume that good practice will be if you have command options, put them in your first level here, right? So you don't have to have a options command, just listen because it'll tell you. So forecast has today, tomorrow, and full, and then you put in there what you want it to say, and then you run your command, and away you go. So that's how you get more dialogue out and bring some livelihood or some liveliness to it.